is Grace, and this is Wezesha Biashara show. In our previous episodes, we have talked about various issues, including, image. We've had a financial consultant in our studios, and today we're privileged to have a real shark swimming in the entrepreneurship waters. In studio today, we have Rono from Rono International TV. Karibu sana, Rono.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much for joining us today. And you are here to actually talk to us about your journey, your entrepreneurship journey. So maybe we could just begin by you telling us who you are and where you're coming from.
Thank you, Grace. Want to put one point across. I call myself a CEO of a company called Rono TV International. But I make a joke. You see, in Rono TV, you become the CEO, you are the finance director, you are the marketing, sales, actually, even a messenger sometimes. It's very difficult, but yes. That is what entrepreneurship in developing countries is all about.
Rono, tell us, how did you get into this journey?
Okay, sometimes back around 1998, when I was still a young man and trying to make a living. Accidentally, when I was in college, I fell into photography. Then when I finished college around 99, I joined some photographers who were working in Nairobi City Center. Then, you see, in 1998, things were really tough, You had to make ends meet, and the photography at that time was really professional. So unless you had a certain kind of camera, you would not go into the photographic field. So at some time, when I was doing my exams, then I got so much requests of photography because I used to have a small camera, and I started doing some small photography when I was in college. Then I realized the photography was sustaining me, and I could actually make up to like 2,000 or 3,000 a week.
Yeah, yes. That was a lot of money.
Now in 1999, when I left school, I was kind of now fixed on starting a life in Nairobi. Actually, I shifted from the school, which was actually in Survey of Kenya. I went and lived in Ruma. And because I was doing my small photography, I could afford a room worth 1,000 shillings then. And you see, coming from that background that I just left college, now photography became a very good money earner for me. Actually, I did photography for quite some time, up to around 2000. In the year 2000, I met a friend who was actually in the industry too. And actually then, there was a developing story called paparazzi. So we would go out there, look for photography. We would actually go for events. We'd take some photos, come, develop them. Let's say you develop like 2,000 copies, go sell. And actually we would actually share very good money. Sometimes we would go home with even 5,000.
Wow.
And having to come from that background where you didn't get any money to getting 5,000, it really encouraged me. And I think I took the paparazzi thing for quite some time. And I realized it wasn't taking me far. Around 2000 there, I joined NTV as a correspondent. I would go there on contract, make my 3,000 shillings. And I used to be so happy. You make good money, you meet very good people. And I made a decision to go back to school. And I did my diploma in TV and video production. I finished my courses around 2005. Actually, while on NTV, I handled so many assignments. I did so much politics. I worked on stories on investigation. I would be somewhere in a very cool car with my camera, a small one, taking videos, recording in and out, doing things outside the normal thing.
Right.
But I also wanted to go into business. You see, my instincts from the word go was still in business, starting off from that point of view.
Okay, I want to take you back a little bit. Let's go to that investigative journalism part, because it's one of those very exciting and scary things for very many people. They don't understand it. What is this investigative journalism all about, and how does it work?
The investigative journalism, in a way, uncovers now you coming up with something very tangible. You pitch it to the editor and say, we have found out that this thing is happening, and we would like to follow it to the conclusion, to its conclusive end. So, I think there's one that I did about some big businessmen who have very big businesses in Nairobi taking advantage of young girls who are underage, coming from very disadvantaged backgrounds. I did that thing, and I felt I did my whole. Now, coming to that investigative journalism, you see, as a person, you have your own personal security to take care of. And coming from a background of formerly a militarized person, I would want to use my military intelligence skills
Yes.
vis-a-vis the journalism skills. So I would go there, sometimes dressed in black suits, you see, and stay in a car, filming whatever was going on. And sometimes I would even be talking to someone, holding the camera between my legs, him looking at it and not knowing that I'm recording. And we'd come back to the studio, look for the footage, scan through it, see where the story is, pick that one, follow another lead. We'd actually do the investigative journalism for almost a whole month to get one story. And you see, the problem is the journalism part, you can do it so well, but the money part is when you deliver. Then the media houses there were not as many as they are right now.
Yes.
It used to be analog. So there was a way you had to do the stories and be edited and come out nicely.
Right. Most definitely something that is not very common in most people's minds. People do not realize the journey that we have to go through in the media industry, mainly because probably they're not well aware of how it works, but also the fact that it's growing, and the fact that nobody really understands and appreciates the life of a journalist. Viewers, that has been Dickson Rono Kipkoech. Did I get that right?
Yeah, you did.
And Mr. Rono is the CEO and the founder of Ron TV International. He's taken us through his journey from where it all began to where we are going. The media industry is definitely the way to go, definitely set for the growth, and definitely set to grow this economy moving forward. Until next time, when we meet another budding entrepreneur, please stay with us. Reach us on our Facebook page on Newsline TV. Feel free to also contact us, send us an SMS or a WhatsApp message on the number scrolling on your screen. And until next time, you have a nice time and God bless you.